Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Ascension Mastery video series. In this video, we are going to discuss the 13 primordial characteristics of our essence and our being. Most of this knowledge can actually be found in the free book Essentials 1: Ascension to Enlightenment. This book is full of interesting information. I read it in one sitting and even had the Zoom meeting with the author itself to discuss other personal enlightenment principles. So that's why I highly recommend it, and I'm going to put the URL to their website in the comment section here down below. Now, understanding our true essence and the 13 primordial characteristics of our being is key in transitioning to our true self and awakening our dormant powers. And that's why I'm putting it here in the Ascension video series. Understanding those principles are going to help you move beyond the idea of the human drama and challenges and towards what I like to call Life 2.0. All this and more coming up, so stay tuned. The only thing that really exists is a single infinite being. Like we said, this being has 13 primordial characteristics, and they are oneness, infinity, light, consciousness, wisdom, will or intent, perfection, beauty, magnificence, love, truth, peace, and joy. Now, we've called this great being by many different names. God, Brahma, Tao, Creator, Yahweh, Allah, and I'm sure there are many other names of the Creator that I'm not aware of. This great being or Creator actually manifests everything that exists out of its own energy substance, out of its own essence, if you will. It's both Creator and creation. It's the essence of all that really is. Therefore, it's you, it's me, it's everyone that is in our life. And these 13 characteristics are embedded into our essence. And if you've ever had a mystical experience, an out-of-body experience, a near-death experience, a psychedelic experience, you will definitely find within that experience one or more of these characteristics. Whenever you are inspired to do any art or buy any art or music or the beauty of nature, you're actually experiencing a ray of these characteristics of the Creator itself. I like to think of these characteristics as different rays of light, each one covering a different spectrum of our divine experience of creation, each one with a different color or a different aura, but together they are a single powerful bright white ray of light or white ray of divine creational essence and a gateway to who we really are. Now, working on one of these characteristics is not enough. They need to come together in harmony, just like the 4 parts or the 4 chambers of the heart that has to work in synchronicity. Each one has value and each one has a purpose as well. Now, the purpose of creation is experience. Every kind of experience possible. Creation is essence, expressing, exploring, and experiencing itself in all infinite possibilities of being. Now, the subset of creation that we are in right now, aka planet Earth, is just a small piece of that bigger puzzle. There are multiple universes, there are multi-dimensions, there are multi-galaxies, multi-timelines, and truly an infinite number of experiences for us to choose from. Each one, just like our Mother Earth, is a playground or a movie theater of creation itself. That one infinite being individualized parts of itself into limited beings, spirits, and these in time incarnate into a subset of a creation in order to play, adventure, enjoy, and learn from their experiences. We, you and me, are each one of those individualized spirits of creation. Our separated individuality is a part of the illusion that we chose to play. And in order to remember who we truly are in essence, we need to remember those 13 primordial characteristics. So let's review them one by one, and I want you to listen carefully and think how each characteristic exists in your life. Think maybe how you can manifest more of it, and think about the blockages or the resistances you might have created around this characteristic in your current human journey. So let's begin. Number 1, oneness. Oneness is the same as unity. We made a whole video about that. Oneness actually means that I'm humble enough to see that the other creational beings that are individualized parts of creation are exactly like who I am. I don't know better, I don't have more experience, we're all separated in the illusion itself. Oneness is the same as unity. Unity has to exist because separateness exists. Unity is one, the creational is one, everything is one, even though it looks like it's very, very big and vast. Number 2, infinity. Like we said, the multi-universe, the multi-dimensions that exist, galaxies, an infinite variety of realities, everything and nothing together. The infinite number of forms that we can actually take, the infinite number of experiences that we may have and already had. The only way to grasp infinity is to release the mental blocks that we have as a separate human experience. The only way to grasp that time doesn't exist is to understand that time never existed. The only time to grasp the fact that space is infinite is to understand that space also doesn't exist. Because there's multiple amounts of spaces. Space is a part of that illusion, and that's why creation is infinite. If time doesn't exist, it cannot go all the way to the back and all the way to the front, all the way to the future and all the way to the past. Number 3, light. Light and duality, and that will bring us back to video number 2 in the Ascension video series. Duality shows us that light cannot exist without the darkness. They are both a part. But when we think about creation, when we think about God, when we think about ascension, we are thinking that we are moving towards the light. Light means higher vibration. We are the light. We are the light, being nourished by the light and having a guiding as light. Number 4, consciousness. Consciousness is your innate divine power to perceive, to feel, to experience, and thereby to know. When I'm thinking about consciousness, I'm always thinking about awareness. Awareness to our thoughts, awareness to our deeds, awareness to our emotions, awareness to whatever it is that we are doing, and awareness to who we truly are, asking the right questions. Number 5, wisdom. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I always give this example of the differences between being smart and being wise. A smart person knows how to fix their mistakes. A wise person knows how to avert even going into the things that the smart person knew how to fix. So wisdom is very different than being smart, and creation is wise. Are we wise? Can we learn from our mistakes? Can we minimize our ego? Can we look with more awareness at the mistakes of others and learn from them? You know, that's wisdom. Number 6, our will, our intention. And this will bring us back to Ascension video series number 1, the divine manifestation engine that works. How our intention changes everything, because there is intention, there is a creational intention. The book has been written on your life, and all you're doing is changing the chapters. But your will changes your life. The will of a person to heal changes, and you can say commands the body parts, because everything has to align. And we, as human beings, align to the divine will. Number 7, perfection. Now, what can a person really say about perfection, except that creation is perfect? Creation is, we might consider ourselves to be imperfect, but we are imperfectly perfect. So creation is perfect, and if we didn't have a part in creation, or if our day didn't have that daily task, or that thing where we got hurt, or anything that happens for a reason. And when we see the creation or the perfection in creation, we assume responsibility, and then we understand that we are actively co-creators. Number 8, beauty. The beauty of a symphony. The beauty of one leaf, the beauty of nature, the beauty of a child. Everything is so beautiful in creation. Even if we think that something is ugly, it's only in contrast to awaken us and to make us appreciate what truly beauty means. Number 9, magnificence. Magnificence is something that has grandeur, You are magnificent. I am magnificent. Creation is magnificent. It's so big and vast, we can't really grasp all of it together. And that's what makes it so magnificent. The discovery of experiences. Everything here is truly magnificent. Number 10, love. The fundamental principle of life here. We have come here to learn how to love. We've come here to learn how to suffer and have drama in order for us to love ourselves, in order to love other people, in order for us to love nature and animals, in order for us to love the divine creation itself. Number 11, truth. Truth means honesty. Truth means being authentic, being true to ourselves. Every one of us knows when somebody is lying to us. Might not know it on a conscious level, but we know it on an unconscious level. And right now, the further we go up in the vibration, we are attracted to people who make us feel much more authentic. In other words, we know that we want to be our true self, and therefore we are attracted to truth and authenticity. Number 12, peace. And peace doesn't mean the opposite of war, but tranquility. I like to call it effortlessness. In other words, we don't need to do anything big in order to be who we truly are. Things will align themselves and attract to them with a lot of simplicity, and we can be just ourselves in peace. I do believe that everything is in peace. Like when I look at one of my cats that is sleeping, so much peacefulness, you know? They can make a lot of noise when they're not in peace, but that's just a part of life. Most of life, what we want, what we strive for is peace, and that is why it's a primordial characteristic of creation itself. And the last is joy. And joy is something that we kind of forgot. We can see joy with kids, we can see joy with ourselves at parts in our life, but we don't see the joy in everything. Joy means being present. Joy means enjoying whatever I have in front of me, the present moment itself. The joy compass brings me to my highest vibration. When we are in love, when we're working on a project that we enjoy, we have so much fun that we forget to eat because we have another type of engine that feeds us, the pranic engine, the energetic engine. When we're in joy, our body actually reacts by extending our life. People who have more fun in their life, they have longer lives. You know, when we are in joy, we don't need to sleep that much. When we are in joy, manifestation occurs by itself. We don't need to plan it. We don't need to intend it. We just have a high vibration, and everything is attracted to us because we have that high vibration. And this is why joy and presentness is a part of the primordial characteristic of creation. So my friends, review this video again. I would even write it down, you know, and write it down in a Word document, print it out, put it on your fridge or somewhere you can see the 13 characteristics of creation, because these are going to help you. Ask yourself again, am I missing some of these? How can I work on others? Or do I even have a resistance to any one of these by telling myself a story that is long overdue? In other words, the story has happened a long time ago and I'm still making myself excuses by not taking responsibility and not allowing myself to shift beyond. These characteristics work together. You'll notice that if you're working on joy and peace, for example, you're going to find out a lot of things about infinity and about love as well. So it's type of like I told you, it's rays of light. When they're all put together, it becomes bright, white light of creation. So namaste, my friends. Thank you very much for staying all the way to the end. If you have any comment, if you have anything that you want to add, please write it down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, like it and even share it. Namaste, and I will see you in the next video.